What a view, mate.
Thanks,
A little
Sean.
tricky.
Oh, cool, buddy. Cool by the river.
And I'm going to put mine in the shade. Are we filming?
Yeah,
We're
going.
recording. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, my shins, mate, my shins. I'm getting old.
Oh,
Good health, mate. Good health. Clink. Oh.
where are we?
So we are sat next to a glacial lake
Nice.
in the Cambrian Mountains. And just behind us is Pumlumon Fach. And just behind you is Pumlumon Fawr.
Nice.
The big boy up there, 752 meters it is.
We've come all this way, mate. I think we've done quite well today.
Oh, mate, we've smashed it, I think, you know. And we've seen a lot of beautiful things, you know. The heather's out at the moment. It's late August and it's still beautiful and purple, and we've seen some lovely bees and pollination, lots of butterflies, and along with the beautiful scenery and just beautiful blue skies.
Yeah, it's a good day. Oh,
I doubt the mic picked that up then, but that was quite a loud
blue
fish breaching the surface.
Just going to check that it's still going.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. You got your phone on you?
Yeah, in my pocket.
Choose from our list of topics.
Well, do you want to say a number before I even get there?
Well, you don't know if you can do it from top to bottom, bottom to top.
Well, I do now. I've already made that decision.
Oh, okay, great. 4.
Animals.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Animals. That was an animal.
No, it will appear like
just right there. I thought you were pointing at the
nah, I was doing
the insect that flew past.
I was doing one of those things where people know how they're going to edit it while they're doing it.
Oh,
so it's like animal.
Animals.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Animals is a good subject.
And of course, here on safari, people are looking for animals.
We're here at this lake. There's fish.
2 animals.
There's flies. We're 2 animals.
Yeah.
There's birds. We've seen some cool sheep on the way up here.
Seen some lovely sheep.
There's all kinds of things we could talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think being out in nature is
animalistic.
It's a great way to remind ourselves of our own animalistic ways, that we are, you know, part of this world in more than data. And screens.
And also, like, you know, when I was looking at my phone and there's no signal and we've only got like the SOS and the satellite, and then I fall in a ditch and nearly break my ankle, that's quite humbling.
It is.
That's like, you'll die out here.
Oh, you realise the amount of care and you know, attention that it costs
just to stay alive,
just to survive. When you think about, especially a predator that has to, like, you know, a bird of prey, for example. We've seen loads of beautiful kites. The amount of impact that they have to have with another living thing and kill it and eat it.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a risky thing. Just think, like, they could, you know, just damage an eye at any given point.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that stuff of, like, if anything bad happens, if you, like, break a toe or something, it's like, well, you're fucked now. You're just going to die.
That's it.
You can't do your primary setting.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Have you heard they're going to reintroduce fucking eagles?
I saw something about it. I know
farmers are kicking off.
Yeah, it's I know the white-tailed eagle obviously is in Scotland quite a lot. It's been seen down the east coast of England. I think it has been spotted in Wales. I could be incorrect on that, but they're like,
I think these are golden eagles.
Oh, okay.
They're going to they want to reintroduce into England, but farmers are like, they'll take the sheep and stuff.
I thought golden eagles were still about. I think they're still popular. Maybe they're Scotland. They are.
Yeah, they're in Scotland.
But they want to bring them down. Well, they haven't. Golden eagles aren't taking sheep in Scotland.
No, I know, but and then they were saying that they would predate on like fox or hares or fucking
But,
loads
you
of
know,
other
they
stuff.
would. I assume that they would take a hare and a rabbit and that.
Why
but,
wouldn't they take a lamb though?
well, maybe a lamb actually.
A
Yeah.
lamb, like.
This is a horrible animal story, but
Let's have it.
yeah, a gruesome one.
Let's have it.
So
Are you gonna make us fall in love with the sort of the main character? Is it gonna be like an adorable, sweet little
no, it's not.
lamb?
It's a childhood memory of mine.
Oh, okay.
So just, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes over to our east.
By car or flight?
By
walk,
by
not
miles,
by walking.
by the distance of miles.
What? 30 miles by the distance of miles?
Yeah.
30 minutes?
Oh,
1 mile a minute?
Yeah, 1 mile a minute, just legging it, I reckon. No, I'm not sure.
That makes no sense.
We're
Is it 30 miles that way?
I reckon. Nah, it's probably not even that. It's probably 15 miles that way.
All right.
Yeah, 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
There's
Geographically speaking.
Yeah, so we're at,
as the crow flies.
For people who want to research this, we're at close to Nantamor Reservoir, and this happened at Llywelyn Reservoir, Llywelyn Reservoir, where the ospreys are.
Ah, nice.
So I used to live there in Pennebank, and Susan and Geraint were two lovely farmers that rented a house out to my mum growing up. And I remember coming home from school one day, and Geraint had just given my mum a lamb, like a live lamb.
Right.
And it was just in a cardboard box by the Arga. And he was like, "Oh, can you look after this lamb for us and like look after it?"
Well, like raise it.
Yeah. He said like it won't survive in the wild because a crow has eaten its tongue.
Oh.
And I remember it just bleating and just like bubbles of like blood just coming out of its mouth. And I remember it's a really traumatic, like weird thing to see this. But yeah, and from that point when you're driving through the countryside and you're looking and you're seeing, the sheep and the crows and the lambs like looking at each other, and you think there's this sort of mutual understanding, and it's actually a much darker thing. And
tongue.
From that I saw lots of lambs that had their eyes eaten and tongues eaten from the crows, and
yeah, everyone's always bigging up the crow like too much. Everyone's always like, oh, they're so smart and they're so
very intelligent.
They are very intelligent.
Yeah.
Apparently they can bear a grudge for like 15 years, which is like
lifelong
3 more years than they're like expected to live.
They can recognize faces.
Yeah.
They can
solve puzzles up to how many steps? Like 4 steps? Or
I got told
steps?
This was from a friend of mine that was a farmer growing up, that they can count only to the number of eggs that they lay. So say if they had a nest with 3 eggs in, what the farmers would do that wanted to kill the crows because they were eating all the seeds when they were farming like a grain. They would go into a field with 10 people.
Right.
Say 7 would walk out, leave 3 behind in like a hide, and the crows would be able to count up to 3, and then count 3 leaving and think that all of them have left.
What the fuck?
That's what he used to say. So then they would come down and come suit the grain.
Oh.
Thinking that, but they could only count up to the number of eggs that they laid. That was the only useful, but I assume that is incorrect.
Yeah.
Because...
What other senses are they going to use to detect nobody in the barn?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just go and have a little look, aren't they? Just go and have a little peep.
Yeah.
I like it though. I like it. I like the crows of like, myth.
I was going to say
the
that. I
corvids,
think
we should say. We should branch.
Corvids.
We should, like the raven, like who? What?
The
god, Norse god has a raven.
I know Odin has a raven.
Odin has a raven. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Odin?
Badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be in it.
A fella in the River of Styx.
Yeah.
Great Odin's raven. That's a line from a film that we used to quote all the time.
Oh yeah.
Great Odin's raven.
That's how I know that.
Yeah. But this is the thing. I do find that like element of myth and animals like so amazing. Like if you look at any culture from around the world, there's always some kind of myth based in animal and legend.
The chupacabra.
The chupacabra, the goat sucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What is it? It's a wild sort of dog
Yeah,
man.
animal. It's, you know, it's got spikes on its back and big
Yes.
black eye. I used to Google images of chupacabras because I was so into it, and I remember giving myself nightmares. I terrified myself. I absolutely
In
terrified
your
myself.
dreams, it's like all the way from me.
And then, like, I remember, like, a policeman in Mexico was shot.
It is reported that a mysterious beast is killing hundreds of animals. And now, new claims that this legendary creature has developed a thirst for human blood. For many Latin Americans, La Chupacabra has become a synonym for fear.
Yeah,
A chupacabra.
Yeah,
And it was like this weird looking thing.
eaten out of his chest,
You know, yeah.
or something.
And then it's like, it's just a dog with mange. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
just
yeah,
a dog with mange.
Yeah.
And then a guy, I remember one thing, he said he came out and one was fighting his dog and he kicked it and it ran off.
Oh my god!
And
Well, they're in Mexico. They've got those dogs that I fucking love them. Like I don't know if the breed has like been exported yet, but I'm sure you could sort it out.
yeah,
They're like black skin,
yeah,
and they're but not like much hair.
yeah.
And they've got a little bit of hair on
tuft
here.
on the-
Yeah, and then they've got like these sharp ears. They look like little demon dogs.
Yeah.
I think they actually call them like colloquially. They call them demon dogs. I think they're lush. I love the look of them.
Beautiful,
Proper,
little punky.
yeah, little punky, ugly, little beautiful
fellas.
things. You know.
Yeah.
But you won't see them in crufts, mate.
I don't know. I think that you might do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any pure breed, is it? What's the rule?
Yes, it's any registered breed by the Kennel Club Registrar. Like they've got, I think so. I think the Jack Russell was only registered as a breed in the 1990s. So
why? What wouldn't make it a breed?
So
it's a mixture, is it?
It would be considered a mutt, or it wouldn't. It be essentially that they don't have enough lineage or records of like the breeding.
Right.
I guess that would be it.
We should probably reveal that you are some sort of weird dog expert.
I used to show at crufts. Used to show at crufts. Back in the day, craft shower, rosette winner.
Have 18,933 dogs competing in the breeds, and the depth of quality is absolutely amazing.
Rosette winner, right?
Yeah,
I sat with a rosette winner.
My little sister always plays better than me though, so I always bow down to her when it comes to the dogs.
Well, she's not here, Frank.
No.
So for tonight, my friend, you are the most successful dog breeder around this reservoir.
Beautiful.
This glacial reservoir.
I'll take it.
Animal wants, animal needs.
Animal needs, mate.
There's you know, animal instinct.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Animal. Do you ever have those toys that were like half animals, half monster trucks?
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a lot of that shit when we were growing up.
I felt like there was like a plastic thing of just like the amount of stuff in the back of the Argos catalogue.
Yeah. Or like Woolworths. You used to go to Woolworths and like go and buy things, and they were like this like group of I think they were called the Imaginaries.
It is a time when magic is more powerful than science, and only those who control the magic control destiny. They are the Visionaries.
And they were like my favourite thing to buy, and they had a little hologram on the chest.
Oh, that rings a bell to me.
I don't know why. And one was a bear, one was an eagle.
Yep.
I think one was a wolf.
Yep.
And they like channeled the power of.
I think it's almost like reverting back to that myth and legend thing. The idea of like what we create
iconic
in our mind's eye.
Yeah.
Like is so linked to what we've experienced and seen in the world.
And they're like, the bear is strong and proud. And then like you see, you know, cut to some contemporary footage of like a bear
cunning.
like eating out of a bin and scratching its back on a tree.
Yeah.
The wolf overcomes all of its challenges with its cunning and its stealth.
Yeah.
Cut to video on Instagram of just a wolf humping another wolf.
Just a bit of grass.
Wolf getting flustered by a bit of grass.
I think there's also another. I think I'll call it from due south, as most of my references are from telly. But the story of man's want versus nature's want. And I think it's a First Nations or Native American sort of myth, legend, or birth of all the animals. And it was this woman had an ice fishing hole and a bag of magic, and she poured magic into the hole, and one by one she poured up every species of animal onto the earth.
Yeah.
And that,
I've heard this.
yeah, like the problem is that she pulled them up for man, and man, wanted to eat, so it'd kill the buffalo, but it'd kill the biggest and the strongest because it had the most muscle on, and it meant that essentially what began to happen was the world was getting sick because all that was left were the old and the sick, because man was so greedy. And she pulled all of her magic into the hole and pulled up the wolf, and the wolf's job was to hunt the old and the sick, that the herd would once again grow strong, and but it's that beautiful thing of going like that story is how old, yet modern science will validate that you can watch a documentary where it breaks down the kill, and it goes, yes, there was a reason these wolves preyed upon this specific
like this and did this,
and did this exact way, got this exact animal. And you go like, there's some science that we learn that takes us away from our animalistic and like intuition, but actually sometimes just sitting and watching and being part of.
Yeah. I mean, there's that stuff that we've got that's like built in, isn't it? Like, what's that whole thing of if you're falling asleep and then you like jar yourself awake?
Yeah,
that's supposed to. Is that like a hangover from
falling out of trees?
Is it?
That's what I got told, that of like that if you were falling too deeply asleep, that actually you sort of jerk yourself away and grab onto things.
Right.
Because we used to sleep in trees. But again, I don't know where I've been told that from.
Yeah, I think
what have you heard, that something's watching?
Like just because we used to have to be in a state where we'd protect ourselves from predators, even when we were asleep.
As one of my drama exercises at university, we would go to the canteen, and there's many games in like drama where you try and get a community of people to be able to do something at the same time, without obviously communicating it.
Like
exactly that.
Pretty good.
But and our lecturer said that we actually do have this kind of sense of what's going on with the people around us, and that we pick up very small and minor hints from other people. And he said if we all just go to the canteen and all just pick up one person to look at, even if they're sitting away from us, within about 30 seconds they'll turn around and look. Like they'll realize that they are being watched through what's going on around them. And it's weird because there's no real science in it that I can understand of like, no one's noticing us notice them. Or whether it's just that they turn around every 30 seconds all the time. But every time we did it, within 30, 40 seconds, a lot less usually, you'd go and look at someone and just watch them, and within a few minutes they'd notice you watching them.
Wow.
And yeah, I think that's like a hangover from our defense from prey and saber-toothed tigers. And, all of those glorious beasts that we used to run about
with. The megafauna that we used to roam about with. The big, weird, mad creatures. Like the giant sloth.
Yeah.
And the tiny elephant from Greece.
Yeah. Well, UK used to have lions and rhinos and elephants in it.
What?
Yeah.
When?
If you look at most of our indigenous plant life. So you think about how many plants there are with like really quite big thorns on them.
Yeah.
There you go. And you go in, is that for a rabbit? Not that rabbits are native to the UK, they're not. But if you think about like what herbivore do we have that those thorns would be used for protection against?
Oh, like a rhino.
But a rhino or a larger prey. And if you actually look at most of our plant life, it'll coppice very well. So it's able to snap and regrow. And that's because it was evolving in a similar
creatures.
time where big creatures were coming and pushing through it and snapping it
Wow,
off.
that's cool.
And actually, when it's a funny thing that in Trafalgar Square, obviously, there's the famous statues of lions.
Oh yeah.
When they dug up Trafalgar Square to lay that, they actually found bones of lions, ancient lions.
Wow.
So there was, you know, obviously in the UK, when there was a branch over to mainland Europe, and, you know, there was lots of big mega fauna, mega species coming over here, or not coming over here, but
I
being
suppose
here, living here.
or being on the landmass.
Yeah, you know.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, you know.
I just you know, we've still got those things, but in zoos, which is, you know, obviously really different. But I always think, like, when those things are in the zoo, it's like those fucking meerkats we saw.
Oh my god.
Oh mate,
it was so depressing.
I know, because there was 2 of them, and they were waiting for a predator
That will never come.
No, because they were in a conservatory.
They're in a glass container as well, so they're still getting
sunlight and the rhythm of the
sunlight
day,
and the rhythm, but also just the sheer amount of seagulls flying over.
Yeah,
so they're constantly like, and they're looking out for each other, and they're doing their natural instincts.
You don't need to run. Nothing's coming for you.
Yeah.
But is it better to think that it is, to give you some point of living in this shithole? And then, you know, with other zoos, I'm always conflicted about zoos. I love them.
I love a zoo.
Yeah, I love them.
The ethics of them are wild.
But then I'm just like, should there be loads of elephants in Chester?
Yeah. My little sister just did a tour of like zoos in the Netherlands and places like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm part of a university course, and yeah, the sort of rules and regulations that they have out there compared to what we have here. I think mainly they do have much more landmass, and you can buy landmass a lot cheaper. But obviously, if you're in the Zoo of London, trying to go like, well, we need several acres for these elephants, is really hard to do. But you also do want zoos in places where you can inspire youth to care and see and go and donate and conserve and breed people's fascinations, because, you know, words like catkins and things like that are being taken out of the dictionary. So there's no, and words like, I don't know, processor and like, you know, data.
What does catkins mean?
Catkins, the little, you know, seed sort of things off trees, like the little, like, you know, the catkins. But yeah, there's the majority of words removed from the dictionary every year are words about the natural world. And the majority of words introduced to the dictionary every year are words about technology.
Oh, yeah.
So in terms of like what we are being exposed to as a generation, I think the kids are being deprived that and somehow seeing everything through a screen, especially with like AI now. It's so wild that you can just go and take them to a zoo and see the real thing and like smell the animals, like, you know, and like hear them. And I think it's just such a magical experience, but it is really depressing as well. It's so, you know, when we go back to those meerkats and you go back to like just the concept that you're going, okay, yes, UK had rhinos, but there's 2 rhinos here that
live here.
They're not from here.
No.
You know, or these pandas have been shipped
I
over.
get the rhinos one as well, because they're super endangered. But
yeah,
there was a video on Instagram the other day of like, you know, that massive sea lion that's like in Australia and it goes around the town.
Neil the Seal.
Is that what he's called?
Neil the Seal.
And he's fucking
Smashing
giant though, and he smashes up people's cars. And he's like on a police car.
Yeah.
And then like, it looks so uncanny because it's such a big seal.
Yeah.
In like the real world, that I went into the comments, and the very first comment from someone was like, "I don't know what's real anymore."
Yeah.
In terms of like, is this AI or is this
AI?
a fucking actual giant
seals
seal?
don't have hands to like look at,
to mess
to be like,
up.
is there 6 fingers on that? You know. Yeah. I've been fooled, and I'm like, I know I'm the prime generation to be fooled.
No, you're not.
Well, the one's older than us.
Our parents are the prime generation to be fooled.
But I do.
The shit my mum sends me goes like, look at these animals under the. We don't even
know
what's
dressed to go for a night out in Swansea. Going down Wine Street.
We don't even know what's at the bottom of the ocean. And I'm like, well, not that, because that looks like a Disney Pixar like seahorse.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. And you're like, realistically, just the evidence that we do have, you go, okay, like anything at the bottom of the ocean
Yeah.
is going to have like proportional differences.
Yeah.
You know, massive eyes,
Yeah.
or no eyes because it's in perpetual darkness.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be nothing, or you know, not like perfectly curated to look like a baby or a puppy.
Yeah. No.
You know,
What is all that as well? Like with you know, those like being able to, you can identify. It's like the uncanny valley thing. Like you don't just need to be able to know like what an underwater animal would look like, but like when you see AI, there's a skill I think that like our eyes have that their eyes don't have.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's just ever so slightly uncanny.
I do think that sort of reframing of like, yeah, what do we think about things, and how do we think about things, and what has informed that? Like, you know, like it does feel like in order to get people to part with their money for conservation,
Yeah.
we have to give them, it's like they're buying into something. And the
Yeah.
idea of that is that the animals owe humans some kind of joy, or some kind of like some kind of perspective on the
Thanks
world,
or favor, or
you know, there's a
investment.
well, I should be able to see the polar bears enjoying themselves and having fun and feel good about my life. And it's like, realistically, what is that polar bear's responsibility to, you know, Jenny in Ipswich?
No, yeah.
You know, and it's weird because I think it's framed so often as, I guess, to get the money, isn't it? To go like, actually, we're going to send you updates about, because I adopted a polar bear through WWF, and I'd get updates about where my polar bear is, and
then they were like, oh, it's dead.
Yeah, basically.
Hey Frank, this month your polar bear died.
Yeah, your polar bear is now 617862.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, here's a paw print, and here's a little teddy, and here's a
tote bag.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Do you know what I get really annoyed about this? Is people anthropomorphizing animals.
Yeah.
Because I think they're beautiful and magic and amazing and wonderful just as they are, and to have a beautiful image or painting of a bear in my house, or a teddy, or a type of thing, to make that, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it being a bear.
Yeah.
I don't need a little jacket and a tie on it and a little pair of glasses. Like, I get so wound up with it. That's so angry about it.
As far as anthropomorphizing goes, I mean, dressing it and like
yeah,
cartoon depictions of animals.
Yeah.
When you were saying about anthropomorphizing, I thought you meant like when someone has a dog, and then they're like,
oh,
he knows, he knows that his, you know, when we put something in here, he knows that we bring it in, and he knows that if he acts like this, then he'll get it. And I'm like, let's not over egg the cognants.
Or he loves me.
What?
And I go like, do you think
that dog wouldn't eat your face?
Your understanding of what love is, that our poets and artists have spent millennia trying to sculpt and depict that.
We're going to disagree on this
to try and find out what that is, because it's such a messy feeling, and it's so hard to like understand. But go like, oh, that dog has enough grey matter in its brain to understand that there is love.
The love that a dog feels towards its owner, or a cat sometimes, or like other animals, that love is pure, untampered with love.
I would say
that is a survival love.
What's the word? Not clairvoyant, but something like that. You know, syndrome, where you start when you've been kidnapped and you start siding with the kidnappers. Stockholm syndrome. I think
no, it is.
I think it's like, oh,
no,
he feeds me. He does all this.
Yeah. That dog loves you because it's like you are its primary life giver.
No, I be independent.
But like you hear those like really sad stories of like the dog's owner died and then the dog goes to the grave and then the dog like stays on the grave forever until it dies.
Yeah.
Just like can't bear to be with that owner. Feels heartbreak.
But that's the thing, because it can't bear to be. You don't know what that dog's feeling. It's like, oh, my whole rhythm of life is based around this one person,
Yeah.
and now they're not here. I don't have direction or rhythm or thing, and so I go to the spot and I wait for instruction. That's like an apprentice at a job that doesn't know what to do, and he just keeps going into the office being asked like, "Oh, what do I do now?" So, and no one's told him what to do, so he just sits on the chair spinning,
Who's
around.
anthropomorphizing animals? You've literally just cast this dog in its role as a fucking assistant in an office, and now all I can think about is it wearing a shirt and a fucking green tie and going in every morning, buying everyone coffees, being really earnest and sincere.
Yeah.
Morning, Janet.
Well, if it's a collie,
morning, Susan.
then
Yeah.
maybe, you know. If it's a Jack Russell, probably not.
Probably not.
Unit. It's work that Bricks loves.
If he could talk right now, he'd probably say, let's get out on patrol. He likes nothing more than to go out on patrol. That's life for him.
Yeah, no.
Probably not. Jack Russell's strike me as more of the cheeky, chappy.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
maybe postman or
yeah,
builder.
like a bit of
anything between those
exercise.
two things. you know?
Yeah, you know.
What about a boxer dog? I actually think a boxer dog is a great candidate to just be a boxer.
To be a boxer.
Yeah, just be a professional boxer.
I think they're a bit soft.
Do you reckon?
I think, I think boxers are like, they're very sweet-natured dogs.
I love them. They're like one of my favourites.
I've not really seen a boxer with fight in it.
Do you know what though, right? I know docking the tail is a little like, it's
shouldn't be doing
controversial.
it.
You shouldn't be doing it.
But aesthetically pleasing.
If you see a boxer without its tail docked, it looks fucking weird.
Yeah, I was like that with Rotties for years.
Yeah, Rotties look weird with that.
But
but Stark didn't have it.
Now with Rotties, Stark's dad was docked, but Stark's mum wasn't.
Stark wasn't there?
So Stark wasn't, yeah, because the docking came in just as Stark's dad was docked. So it was like the year after that. So that all of the dogs that we had post that weren't docked, but it was just standard. You just docked the tails, and especially if you were showing them, there was no tails in crufts with dogs with tails in crufts, So yeah, but now I do admit, like, seeing a Rottie with a tail is natural to me now. But for years it was so weird seeing a dog with a tail, and
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought that those dogs had small tails.
Yeah.
I just didn't even know. And then I remember and then I actually saw an ex-girlfriend of mine had a boxer with a long tail.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking weird.
Is it a crossbreed? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Have you added it? No, they are. No, when they got that little nub, they are cute. But I wouldn't do it on purpose. But
no,
I'm gonna adopt a dog, I think.
Yeah. Me and Chelsea are
thinking about it.
Strong on getting a dog. I just need to get a little bit of time so that, if we were to bring a dog into the house again, be that an adoption or a puppy, we've got enough time to sit and socialize and teach and educate, because we like dogs that can do damage, and we need to be really responsible about that. Like, it's walking down the street with a loaded shotgun at the end of the day. When you think about what Rottweilers can do and what big dogs can do, and when they're going at it, it's not Westie. You can't just pick it up and chuck it under your arm and walk off. It's a really powerful dog, and
big dog, big responsibility, Frank.
Yeah, and if you're adopting, there is an element of you don't know what they've been through, and you don't know what their triggers are, and you don't know if there are triggers. Like, it might be owned by a malicious, horrible person that used to kick it whilst it was wearing wellies, and one day you're walking down the street and there's someone with wellies, and they just suddenly fly into an attack response, and you're like, what is that? Because I've never walked wellies around the dog.
You should basically test all kinds of footwear.
Yeah, you need to be like, give them enough to understand what's gone on. And
is that like a lived experience that you've had, the wellies thing, or is it just your random?
My dad's dog Sailor, not wellies, but trainers. He basically, he was
So, by the way, Sailor's just such a fucking great name for a dog.
yeah, and it was a
Fucking love it.
bull terrier.
Wow.
He walked like that. My dad called him Sailor, and he was in the snooker hall in London,
Obviously.
in sort of Bethnal Green, Brick Lane way, I think. And someone tied him up to one of the snooker tables, and every time he was walking round, he'd trip over the lead or whatever it was, and he'd kick the dog.
Oh,
and,
shit.
My dad was like, just tie him up to an empty
Yeah.
table. Like, why are you doing that? And he was like, I'll do what I want. It's my dog, like, kind of opinion. And
A knob.
yeah,
Just a
basically.
knobhead.
And did it again, and my dad said, like, do it again, we'll have problems. And the guy just broke the snooker cue over the dog's head. And my dad said, I beat him up, dropped 100 quid on his chest, and took the dog home. And my dad was a London cabbie at that point. And the dog used to sit in the front seat with him. When my dad got out, he'd come into sit on the front seat.
Oh.
And when he'd let him into the snooker hall, he'd go, let him in, go, Sailor's in. And anybody, because the snooker halls have got those long lights over the snooker tables, anybody wearing trainers have to take them off and put them over, because once he'd got the confidence of living with dad and feeling like I will not be bullied again, you know, to anthropomorphize the dog, he was ready to go. And one of my dad's mates tapped on my dad's glass, on the glass of his car window, whilst my dad was in the snooker hall, and the dog was sitting on the front seat, took a shoe off and waved. The dog came through the window.
No!
Broke my dad's window. My dad had to get rid of it, bit the shoe, and he said he heard all this commotion over by the door.
Wow.
Looked, and he was dragging this dog in with the shoe, going, call him off, Ray, call him off, Ray, please. You know.
I love it.
But yeah, so like, that's why I say the thing with wellies is that dog had a thing for like trainers. And I guess especially in those days, trainers weren't exceptionally common. You know.
Yeah, I love that though. The Sailors in, and they all take their trainers off and put them on the lights.
Yeah.
You know what, just as the sun's going down there, we're probably gonna wrap this.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we should take a moment to fight for the last.
Oh shit! Oh, that didn't sound good either.
No, you rumbled too far.
I rumbled too quickly. What are we fighting for? Oh, that's broke. Yeah.
I was going to fight the case for anthropomorphizing animals.
Oh.
And
again, I think it's a similar issue to the zoo. I think is that it enables people to bond more readily with the animal. But
I think it's our way of understanding the world, and in order to make our compassion and like our sort of responsibility for the animals we come into contact with, you know, feel better and be better, our way of understanding them is through our own experience of the world. And because we are equipped with emotions and the, you know, wide subcategory of other feelings, we put those on the animals that we love and that are in our lives. And actually, I think that's a beautiful thing.
I think we do that.
Except for that fucking fly, which can fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the want to do that without any of the rigmarole of science. It is dangerous.
Science back into it,
because I think that's the same stuff though. You go like, well, the sun rises and the sun sets, and there's a curious nature, and we go, well, why does that happen?
Yeah.
Like, why does my dog scratch that door when I put its treats behind the door? Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
He does know because he can smell the treats.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a rhythm that you always bring in and put them in that, so he understands it. But if without the visual or the scientific experimentation, we assign traits to dogs that can be potentially damaging. You know, if you get a dog and it loves you and you bond with it and you walk with it for 10 miles, it'll walk with you till the pads fall off of its feet. You know, but if you're not engaging with that dog's perspective and going like, oh, it's tired, or oh, it's this, or oh, it's that, and actually understanding it from its perspective, not from yourself, going, oh, he loves the beach, we'll go to the beach now. Going like, no, the dog's knackered.
Yeah.
Take him home, let him rest.
Yeah.
You know, you need there has to be an element of like seeing the world from the dog's perspective as much as we want to see the dog through our own eyes.
I'm gonna cut it where on the thing I said last.
Yeah, it was much nicer, much nicer ending. Yeah. All right, you fix your chair. Yes, that's not fixing me. That's snapped.
Earlier this month, in another mysterious attack attributed to La Chupacabra, 30 sheep were killed on the farm in the state of Sinaloa in northern Mexico.